What up guys, Andres here with Steps for Improvement, coming to you from Gamla Uppsala in Uppsala. And in this video I'm going to be giving you my 3 best tips on how you can have a great conversation with pretty much anyone. Now these tips are pretty much universal. They will work on pretty much any person you meet, the next conversation you have. If that sounds good, make sure to stick around for the 3 tips that you don't want to miss. And my first tip is to switch it up. And what I mean by this is that you have to focus the conversation on the other person. This works well for 2 reasons. Number 1, it stops you from bragging. And number 2, you know, people, they simply love talking about themselves. They did research about this. And what the studies have shown is that people love to generally open up and talk about themselves, talk about their lives, talk about their feelings. If you simply focus the conversation on the other person, you'll have unlimited things to talk about. You know, the other person is going to be open and willing to talk about themselves in most cases. If you feel like the conversation is running a bit dry, then a simple tip is to simply switch it up and focus the conversation on the other person. Alright, so I'm actually on my way to the city because, you know, little spontaneous walks here and there are awesome and they make your day. That's what I'm gonna do. But I got 2 more tips coming along your way and you don't want to miss them. But if you watch my videos, you know that I love to sneak in little montages, give you a little taste of the city that I'm currently in, which is exactly what I'm gonna do right now. Make sure to keep watching because the 2 tips of how to talk to anyone are coming right after the little montage. So I hope you enjoyed those shots of downtown Uppsala. Let's get back to the video. Tip number 2 is your body language. Now, having strong body language is really fucking important, but there are 2 things that you gotta think about. You know, you don't have to overthink this. Well, number 1 is eye contact. Number 2 is just to have erect posture. These 2 things alone will simply give you a much better body language, a more confident body language, if you know what I mean. And this is simply gonna make you look more approachable and people are gonna be prone to wanna talk to you more. Alright, so I'm gonna keep the video going. Tip number 3 is open-ended questions, and these questions can really make or break a great conversation with someone. If you continuously ask boring questions, yes or no questions, though interview type of questions, you're gonna get the same boring answers. So make sure to ask more open-ended questions while focusing the conversation on the other person. Let's take an example. This city is very known for its university, so if you meet someone who studies here, you can ask someone, what made you want to study in Uppsala? Or what made you study English? Open-ended type of questions have the habit to really open up the conversation. Plus, if you listen carefully to what the other person is telling you, you know, they're answering your open-ended question, they will most often leave something that you can follow back up on, or something that you can continue the conversation with. This shit ain't rocket science. Simply focus the conversation on the other person, you know, have strong body language and ask open-ended questions and the conversation will flow. Now, I'm gonna wrap up the video here, but those are my 3 tips for improving your conversations with pretty much anyone. You know, these tips work universally for any fucking conversation you have. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe because I upload new videos every single Monday and Friday. And make sure to follow me on Instagram as well because I'm dropping new content there every single week. You know, it's hot as fuck here, but I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.